Hey everybody, what's going on? Charles Laurita here, coming at you from the Rat Cave, and you're all probably wondering, why am I holding this empty Propel bottle? And that is a fabulous question, which I am going to answer. But first, if you wouldn't mind, could you please give this video a thumbs up? And also hit that bell icon if you want to see other videos like this one, because I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of that bell icon. Let you know when I'm uploading other videos. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. I would really, really greatly appreciate it. But obviously, if you don't like this video and don't subscribe and don't hit the bell icon, I still love you just the same as always. So yeah, why an empty Propel bottle? That's a good question. Well, I happen to be drinking this, and it's all gone now. I even peed everything out. It's out of my system entirely at this point. But I was really wondering, could I make music with this? Is that a possible thing? I'm always trying to find new, weird, and inventive ways to add something to music or play with something in the studio. And I really like this bottle because when you hit it, it has a really weird tone. It actually makes a fifth. Now, for those of you theory nerds keeping score out there, that would be the first interval of the scale and the fifth interval of the scale, and they're played together to make a 5 chord. So it's not major and it's not minor. You can only really determine that by all of the chords you play around it, but the chord itself is not major or minor. But when I smacked this bottle on a table or on my leg or something that was nearby, I heard it and I was like, that's fantastic. We can play with this in the studio. I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really, really excited to do this. So let me walk you through what I did to make a song. So the first thing I did was get my MXL 990 on a stand with a pop filter and put it in front of this stool. Then I banged the Propel bottle on the stool, trying to get the best possible sound for a sample that I could. The bottle does make a really cool sound when it's full. It's kind of like a bell or a gong. It's very resonant. But for this recording, I needed it to be empty to get the proper root and fifth harmony. After I bonked that bottle on the stool multiple times, I got the absolute perfect sample that I needed. Once I isolated the absolute perfect hit, I was able to fade it in and fade it out ever so slightly, and I didn't even have to do any pitch correction to it because it was perfectly tuned to an E. After isolating that one hit, now I had to transpose all of these hits to make the actual song. So in this case, my bottle notes had to be B, A, D, E, and G, and that's really all I needed. After that, I made a dummy track on my MIDI keyboard. My main reasoning for this wasn't so much for the pitch, but was for the placement of the notes. So like a big loser, I quantized all of my hits in this to line up perfectly. I really didn't want to take any chances and I didn't want anything to be too quick or drag too much. So after a ton of work of pitching all of those different bottle hits, I was able to finally quantize the entire song out. Now granted, when I say entire song, I only mean about 8 measures of the whole thing, but I do think it sounded really, really good. After that, I added a nice percussion space reverb on it to kind of give it a little more body. Then I EQ'd the bottle hits because they were a little bit thin, so I just kind of wanted to fatten them up. And finally, I used Ampire in PreSonus Studio One to kind of give a little bit of distortion to the hits to make them sound a little more ballsy. The final step in this whole thing was to record drums, bass, a rhythm guitar, a lead guitar, and some Hammond organ. I was so excited to see how this was going to sound, and I was really crossing my fingers that it wasn't going to suck too much. But I am definitely happy and relieved with the final product. Even though it's just a short snippet of a song, I just wanted to show what you guys can do with literally an empty bottle. So here's the little video I made. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So there you have it. You can essentially make music with any piece of garbage or recycling for that matter that you have laying around the house. I thought it had a really interesting and unique tone that I could definitely incorporate into some kind of music, and then once I added some drums and I added some keyboard to it and I added some guitar to it and some various other pieces, I think it kind of filled it out pretty nice. And honestly, if no one was to see me banging around a Propel bottle all over different various objects in my house, you would never know that's what it was. Studio magic is one of my favorite things ever, and I love doing things like this. So if you guys would like to see more videos just like what I'm doing on this little series. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Well guys, that about does it for this week. Please check out the other videos that I have up on this channel, and I'll see you next time.